Have you noticed something strange happening? Carrie Underwood, who once stood with MAGA and their tough policies, is now upset because farm workers are missing. She's crying out about the very problem that many people want about. Today, let's break this down. Why is this happening? What does it mean for Carrie and for farmers across America? Stay with me because this is a story full of lessons.
You ever notice some people pray for rain, but then complain when they got to carry the bucket? So the rumor is that Carrie Underwood is out here struggling to maintain her 400-acre property. You know, chicken, horse, sheep, greenhouses, all the things, right? It's like a whole little house on the prairie starter kit. So now she's having trouble finding farm hands, and Miss Girl got to get up at the crack of dawn, shovel hay, feed animals, harvest food, water the plant. You know, all the stuff people said Americans would happily do if immigrants stopped stealing their jobs. Now, for me, the irony in all of this is Carrie Underwood is a Trump fan. She's been on the build the wall, protect American jobs train. So I go, if that logic holds, shouldn't she be thrilled right about now? I mean, congratulations, Carrie girl, you got the job back. Now go pull yourself up by your Chinese-made bootstraps and get to work, girl. This is the crazy thing, though. Immigrants have been the backbone of multiple industries in America for a long time. Agriculture, construction, hospitality, industries that keep this country running. Decades of break-backing work, feeding this country, building its home, keeping it alive. And you know what America's reward was? Treat immigrants like they're disposable. Push them out. And then when the system collapses, suddenly everyone's got the shocked Pikachu face. So my question to Americans is, how much are you willing to lose to hold on to the fantasy that you don't need immigrant labor? Because without the people that you said didn't matter, you might just find out your American dream is actually one long nightmare. And you're the one that has to wake up and collect the eggs, boo.
Oh Lord, another FAFO celebrity edition, and this one is for Carrie Underwood. Evidently, she's battling exhaustion from having to deal with the endless repairs of looking after a farm and feeding the animals and attending to the crops. Apparently, farm life does not agree with her, and for whatever reason, they don't have any farm workers. So her husband, and her 2 kids are having to pick up the slack of looking after a farm. And apparently it's hard work. Yes, my dear, it is very hard work to be on a farm. So, yep, get to it. Get up at the crack of dawn, get out there and get on those chores. What's the matter? Are the royalties from Until He Cheats drying up that you can't afford to pay farm workers? Or did you have undocumenteds working for you and now they're not there anymore?
Hey MAGA, Carrie Underwood is hiring. She's got 400 acres and livestock and can't seem to find anyone to work her farm because most of the people that she hired were immigrants. So go get those jobs the undocumented stole from you. Hurry. I'm sure she pays a great wage.
I do love the fact how liberals are supposed to be the party of love and acceptance, but they're the first people to say that only undocumented people work on farms. I'm sorry, there's people who work on farms who are of all nationalities. I mean, they handle the horses, they handle the crops, they handle everything. So the fact that you're openly admitting that it's just undocumented people is crazy to me. But that's your narrative. You're going to fit it because once someone does not fit your narrative, you're going to run with it. That's how you guys work. At this point, I think you guys just hate anyone who supports Trump. You guys never spoke about Carrie Underwood until she's saying at his inauguration, plain and simple. Yet all of a sudden, you care about what Carrie Underwood is doing and what Carrie Underwood is saying. The logic is crazy to me.
Carrie Underwood is a country music star. She's known for her songs, her strong image, and yes, her support for MAGA politics. Many MAGA supporters pushed for stricter rules on immigration, deportations, and policies that made life harder for migrant workers. At the time, they said this was the best way to protect America.
All right, does everybody remember Carrie Underwood? Little Miss MAGA? The Trump trailer park princess? Yes, the girl that came out and sang at his inauguration when she had no reason to. And then later called it a MAGA makeover. Well, it seems little Miss MAGA was using immigrant labor on her farm, and now she's having a crisis because she can't find anybody to work at her farm. Dozens of animals being neglected. Carrie, you are using immigrant labor? And Carrie, I didn't think people like you complained. I thought y'all just pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. Is that not what's happening? And what happened to all the good genes? Are they all relaxed fit in Tennessee? I mean, surely when y'all brag on genetics and all this, like some people can perform some manual labor, right? Or are you one of these rich people that's trying to pay $7 an hour for them to work at your farm all day? You know, and it'd sure be a shame if enough people complained to NBC and got your song taken off of Sunday Night Football. We don't need the femme fascist of football serenading us before a bunch of dudes run into each other. You know, it's insane that you make $1 million every time that song plays. But maybe you could use some of that money to hire some people.
But now farmers, even people like Carrie, are starting to realize something. The people who picked crops, who worked in the field, who made sure food got to the table, they are gone. And without them, farms are struggling. Prices go up, food production slows down, and everybody feels the impact. That's what Carrie is crying about now.
Do you guys remember Carrie Underwood? You know, the same Carrie Underwood that sang at Trump's inauguration, even though her most popular song is about how cheating on your spouse is bad? It seems that coming out in support of Donald Trump hasn't saved her from his policies. After buying a 400-acre farm with her family so she could show off that Instagram trad wife lifestyle, apparently despite all the glamour, it has quickly turned into a nightmare. Her and her family have found themselves running her 400-acre farm, complete with livestock, equipment, buildings, repairs and all the rest, almost single-handedly because they can't get any staff. This is probably not helped by the fact that ICE is currently sweeping the nation, scooping people up off the streets for not looking white enough, a way that is currently dramatically impacting America's farming economy. Many American farmers, a lot of whom voted for Trump, coming out to admit that because their workers are so afraid of ICE raids at any hour of the day, they're not showing up for work, which means all of them are losing business and staff. There's no doubt that that is probably a huge reason as to why Carrie Underwood is having such a nightmare with her little farm fantasy. Almost like coming out in support of self-serving fascists isn't actually going to help you because they're only out for themselves. It was kind of funny when the backing track cut off halfway through. Follow for more.
Here is the truth. American farms have always depended on migrant labor. It's hard work, and not many locals want to do it. But when the government cracked down, workers left. That means fewer hands in the field, fewer crops being picked, and more farms losing money.
Oh no! Where have all the workers gone? And after you sang America the Beautiful at Trump's inauguration, this just doesn't seem right. I feel so bad for you.
Hello. Breaking news. I dug my keys into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. We remember Carrie Underwood, the MAGA princess, the Donald Trump supporter. Do you remember her? So it's reported that Carrie Underwood is exhausted from farm chores piling up with her busy career. Guess what, Carrie? Your guy, the guy you voted for, he deported your farm help. Go pick your own crops. Go milk your own cows. That's what you voted for, Carrie. That's what all of you voted for. Either that or get off the farm. If you can't handle it, farm girl. We all knew that was some fake country that you were trying to put on display for the country. You're no country girl. What do you know about taking care of a farm? Get real. Have the life you deserve. Please. Do better, America. All of the help, all of the people who kept our country running, you wanted them out of here. So they're out of here. They left. They're scared to show up. 40% of the dairy farmers are contemplating having to shut down their dairy farms. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, administration. Thank you, MAGA. Thank you guys for voting for this. You voted to destroy our country.
So my Caribbean cousin, the young lady in back of me, her name is Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood is now complaining that she's tired of working her 400-acre farm in Tennessee. So Miss Underwood, who did you think is going to work your farm when you decided to go in that booth and vote for whom? As my mother would tell me all the time when I was young, get yourself off your backside and put on some clothes and go and walk. That's what my mother would tell me. So Miss Underwood, I saying it dignifiedly. Look yourself in the mirror, strap on your boots, put on your clothes, and get out there at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and milk that cow and sow that hay and feed your chicken and feed your sheeps and walk your farm yourself, because you decided last November to vote for your particular person and then decided to sing at his inauguration. So when you complain to your own self. We immigrants don't want to hear it. As I said before, my mother would tell me, get up off your backside and walk.
I have a question. Has Carrie Underwood always been this type of person, or is her true color starting to show? Because when I tell you I was the biggest Carrie Underwood fan, when I tell y'all couldn't tell me shit about Carrie Underwood. I love Carrie Underwood so much that I turned my family into Carrie Underwood fans. My mama only listened to gospel music. My mama would listen to her and Carrie Underwood nonstop because that's how much I listened to it, to where she started loving Carrie Underwood. I would not, no Carrie Underwood slander was allowed when it came to me. But as of lately, the way she's been acting has changed my views on her. I'm starting to see, she's not a nice person. She's not a person that I want to be a fan of anymore. The first thing that happened was the thing with Kamala. You can be pro-Trump and still have the decency to shake her hand like you did with everybody else with Kamala. And then this recent thing with American Idol with the young black dude, Jamal. How she went out of her way to make sure she didn't have to be around him. Has she always been like this? I mean, and I don't want to hear, because she's MAGA. MAGA shouldn't stop you from being a decent human being. Especially when you're on a platform like this, when you have fans of all kinds. Has Carrie Underwood have always been this type of lowlife? Because at one point you couldn't tell me nothing about her. Now it's girl, F her and what she going through. And I hope Ida get rid of her. And I hope her albums drop and she don't book another tour. Because that's how nasty she is now to me.
So now, Carrie and others are shocked. They didn't expect this outcome. But it's simple. If you push away the workers who keep the system running, the system breaks. And right now, that's exactly what we are seeing. This story is bigger than Carrie Underwood. It shows what happens when politics sound good on paper, but in real life, they backfire. People voted for MAGA thinking it would bring strength and control, but the same policies are now hurting the very communities that supported them. Farmers are watching their fields rot, families are paying higher grocery bills, and celebrities who once cheered for these policies are now asking, where did all the workers go? Well, they were pushed out, and now the country is paying the price. So what's the lesson here? Actions have consequences. When you cheer for harsh laws without thinking about who does the real work, one day you will feel the loss. Carrie Underwood is feeling it right now. This is not about left or right. It's about common sense. You can't run farms without workers. You can't expect food on the table if the people who grow and pick it are gone. That's reality. So here is the takeaway. Be careful what you vote for. Don't just listen to slogans. Look at how policies will affect your community, your food, your future. Yes, Carrie Underwood is learning this lesson the hard way. Yeah, so what about you? Do you think she's being real about her regret or is it too late? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more reactions to stories like this. This is FAFO season and the truth is hitting hard. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.